Welcome viewers, I am Ranjit from Great Online Training. I am R programmer. Hope you are enjoying the lecture series where we are learning R and SAS interchangeably. So if you have not watched the previous video, please check our description box, or you can visit our YouTube channel Great Online Training, and you can find the video in the video section, right? And we are also providing the paid courses. So for that you can visit our website greatonlinetraining.com, right? And if you have any questions or feedback, please provide in the comment section, right? So let's move to the agenda of today's presentation. Okay, so in the previous video we did binary vector operation, right? And in today's presentation we'll see if condition and else if condition, right? And at the end we'll see some real example based on these conditions, right? Okay, so without further ado, let's move to the R Studio. Perfect. So now we'll check the working directory here. So get wt, control enter. Okay, so as usual, it is in C drive. So, but I kept few data set there in D drive. So I'll change working directory. Okay, so for setting the working directory, we have to write here set wt, right? Parenthesis, and we have to provide the location into a double quote, right? So let me paste here, and we'll change this backward slash into forward one, right? So let me change this one as well. Control enter. Okay, so let me check the working directory once again with grid wt parenthesis. Okay, so it is there in D drive. Perfect. So no need to do anything. Okay, so now we'll see the if condition, and for that I will create single element variable, right? And we'll apply if condition, and then we'll check the if condition on a vector. Okay, and at the end we'll see that the if condition or if else condition on a data frame, right? Okay, perfect. So let me do one by one. Okay, so let me create one variable here, a, and we'll create as an integer. So for creating any integer, we have to write here capital L at the end, right? Okay, so let me run with control enter. Okay, so let me check the class or data type of this variable a. Okay, so this is integer. Perfect. So now I'll write here if condition to check whether variable a is of integer data type or not, right? So for that we have to write here if. Let me write first the general condition of if. So we have to write if, then condition. Okay, here we have to write condition, then curly braces, and then here the action or statement. Okay, then write here else condition, then curly braces, and the condition for our action or statement for else. Alright, so let me comment the whole line with Control Shift and C button. Perfect. So now I'll write the real function, actual function here, if then is dot integer. Okay, so is dot integer is a function, right? It is used to check whether a particular variable is of integer data type or not, right? So it will check, and based on that it will provide the condition or action, right? So I will print here, print a is an integer number. Let me paste into double quote. Okay, and now I'll write here the else condition, else curly braces, and we'll print the contrary of if, right? A is not an integer. Okay, so it will check condition, and if this condition is true, so it will print a is in as a is an integer, right? Okay, if this condition is not true, so then it move to else, and the condition of else will trigger. So the condition or action of else will trigger, right? So the action is it will print a is not an integer, right? So let me run this. Okay, so a is as integer, right? Because we already checked the data type of a, right? Perfect. So far I checked with integer, right? So let me create one character vector and we'll check if condition on that, right? So let me create one name list. So this is combine operator. So here we'll provide few names. Anil, then Enroll, Emily, and Zia. Okay, I'll write if condition. We copy here, paste, I will change the condition here. So let me remove this. So double quote Anil, and we'll write here percent in percent. Okay, so what it does, okay, so what it does, so it check Anil into a name list, right? And based on that, if it founds in the vector name underscore list, right, so it will present this. Or if Anil is not found in name underscore list, so it will print the else condition, right? Because in that case else condition will trigger and it will print that part. Okay, so let me run this. So if you see, so I saved Anil with A as a capital letter, right? But I'm searching A as a lowercase, right? Okay, so here if you see here, I created name list with A as a capital letter, but I'm searching A as a small letter, right? So that's why it is not picking. So maybe we can write here capital A here. So now it will trigger and it will show that Anil is present in the name list, right? Otherwise, what we can do, we can keep as a small letter here, right? A as a small letter, and we write here function to lower. Okay, so we saw this function earlier as well. So it will convert the character vector into a lower case, right? So it will change all the capital into a small letter, right? So let me run this. Okay, if you see Anil is present in the name list, because it first convert the name underscore list into lowercase and then it will check. Okay, perfect. So perfect. So far we saw if and perfect. So now we will see on the other condition, if else condition here, and for that I will create division, right, based on a different average score of the student, right? So let me create here a few categories. Division, right, and we'll create division based on average score. So if average score is between 50 75 to 100, so then we'll create as first with distinction. Okay, so if its average score is 60 to 74, then we'll create first division. If average score is 50 to 59, then second division. Okay, if average score is 40 to 49, third division, right? And then if average score is 0 to 39, then fail. Okay, so let me comment all lines. So for commenting R, we have to press Control, Shift, and colon after selecting the lines, right? So it will comment all the line in one go, right? Perfect. Okay, so now I will create the variable division here based on if condition, if else condition, right? If else, then the parenthesis, so we have to write here average marks greater than equal to 75, right, and less than 100, right? So first of all we have to write average underscore marks and less than equal to 100. Okay, all right, and then we'll provide here the condition. The condition is first division with distinction. Let me copy this and paste into the double quote. Right, so let me close this two conditions so that it will not trigger in a different way. Right, perfect. So now I'll create the other if else. Let me copy here whole line. Perfect, so I'll change here 60 to 74. Okay, so it should be first division only. Right, let me copy the line and paste once again here. If else, so it should be from 50 to 59. 59, the division is second. All right, let me copy, paste here. So it should be from 40 to 49. 49, right? And at the end, we'll write the other one, other condition, else one, right? So apart from this, if else, whatever the condition that left, we'll write here without any condition. So we'll write fail. Yeah, because this is the left, this is the remaining, right? So no need to specify here the number, exact number. We'll write else as fail, right? So perfect. So let me check the parentheses. First, second, third, and then fourth. Perfect. So let me run the code here. Perfect. Let me check the variable division. Okay. Perfect. So it is first division with distinction because it is 85, right? The marks, average mark is 85. Okay, so let me change to 50. Let me check whether it is working properly or not, right? So 50 is under second division, right? So it is coming as it is, right? So perfect. So this is working fine with one element variable, right? So let me change into a vector. Let me create a vector here, C combine operator 50, then right here 60, then 70, then right here 80. Okay, let me check the condition. Perfect. So 50 should be under second division. Okay, so first result is second division. 60 should be under first division. First division. Okay, 70 is also under first division. So the third result is first division. Okay, and then 80 is under first division with distinction. So if you see the first, it is exactly the same. Perfect. So this is working fine with one element variable as well as the vector, right? So now I import the data frame, right, from the local drive, and we'll see this condition over the data frame. Okay, so let me import that. So I created one Excel file for a student where we have average marks, right? So for importing Excel file, we have to first install one packages here. So the package is read Excel, right? So read Excel, right, in the parentheses in the double quote, right? Because I have already installed, so I will not do that. So for those who have not installed this package, you can do that using this installed packages, right? So let me call this library first, right? So for calling the library, we write read dot library, and then we have to provide the library here. Because I have already installed into my R Studio, so I will not install once again. So I will directly call the live package. I will directly call this package, right? So for calling the package, we have to write library, and then we have to provide the package name in the parentheses. So read Excel. Okay, so control enter. Okay, Okay, so now I'll call this library. So I'll directly import the file, right? So for importing file, we have to write read underscore Excel, right? So we have to also provide here the file name. We go. Okay, so this is the file we are looking here, student, right? And it is in Excel format. So right, we have to write here Excel XLSX. Okay, let me change the name student. Okay, so let me run this. Perfect. So let me view the data set. Perfect. So this is the data frame that we have just imported. So the name, then sex variable, age, weight, height, and at the end we have average score. So here we have a whole lot of score for each student, and then based on this score we'll convert into a division, right? Perfect. So let me do that. So first of all, I will just copy this function so that no need to write. Once again, I will change into a data frame. Right, so for calling a variable from a data frame, so we have to first write here the data frame name. So data frame name is here student. Okay, and then dollar sign the variable name, right? So let me change for all the places. Okay, so for that we have to just select the lines, and we have to press here Control F. Okay, so here we'll write average underscore marks. So R is case sensitive, so we have to be very careful while replacing or writing the variable name, right? Otherwise it will not work. Student dollar sign average with marks. Okay, so replace all. Okay, now good to go. And I will also create one variable into this data frame, and I will give the variable name as division, right? So for that we have to first write the data frame name and then dollar sign. So what it does, it will create one variable into this data frame, and it'll give name of that variable as division, right? Perfect. So let me run this. Perfect. Let me check the data. Perfect. So if you see, one variable is created, and it has categorized the average score based on different categories of division, right? So perfect. So far so good. I will import the same file in SAS, and I will create the same function there as well. Okay, so let me open the SAS first. Perfect. So let me import the file student Excel sheet that we have used in R, right? So I will import the same Excel file here as well. So proc import data lines, data files, then the location here, file name. SAS is not case sensitive language, so we can write uppercase, lowercase, right? But it should not be misspelled, right? So the name should be correct, right? And we have to write here extension Excel SX, right? And then out. Okay, and tpms as xlsx. Okay, then run. Perfect. So here we have 21 observation and 6 variable. So this is the same data set, and at the end we have one variable average underscore mark. So this is average mark for each student. So based on that I will define if condition, and I will create the division, right? Let me do that. So let me split my screen so that it will be easier for us to see. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me create the data step. Data student 1, then set old data set. I'll use this data set and create a student 1. Okay, and I will write here condition. So let me copy the condition here so that it's easier for us to write. Right, so let me paste here. Okay, and we have to comment, otherwise the other line of code will not work. So commenting multiple line in SAS, so we have to press control with question mark keys, right? So okay, so I'll write here if, let me make it full screen. Okay, so here we write if 75 greater than equal to average score, average marks less than equal to 100, then division equal to first division with distinction. So let me copy this and paste here in double quote, right? Because we are creating text, semicolon. So let me copy one by one. Okay, so now I will write else if, okay, and we'll paste the whole line, and I will change the value here. So from this would be the 60 to 74. So this should be just first division. Okay, perfect. So let me copy the whole line here and paste. Okay, so the next one will be 50 to 59. 59. Okay, so it should be second division. Perfect. So then the third will be 42, 49. Third. The last will be the fail condition, because fail is from 39 to 40, right? So no need to write else if, so we can just write else, right? And we'll provide the condition here, right? So you check all the condition less than and greater than 75 to 100, then 60 to 74, 50 to 59, right? 40 to 49, and all other condition will be categorized as failed, right? Okay, so let me run this. Okay, if you see, the condition is created here, division variable is created here. So let me compare with the result of, okay, so let me compare the result of SAS and R together. Okay, so here to me, so the first record is first division, right? So the second is 88, then first division with distinction. If you see here 8 records, that is for Jan. 8 records is 29, this is fail. If we compare the end one, last one, so last value is 93 here in SAS as well, the first division with distinction. Okay, so both are working in the same way, right? So there was some here differences here. So here else if, and in R we have to write if else, right? Here we have to write if else. So these are some nomenclature differences, right? Keyword differences, but in the backend it will work in the same way, right? Okay, so now we'll stop here. Hope you found this video useful. So please support us on YouTube as well as on our website. And we are also running the paid courses. So please visit our website www.greatonlinetraining.com, or you can check the link on the description below as well. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for your time.